that night, I said to her, "You've done so well, and I want you to just keep doing it steady." So it's like it was hours, just steady, perfect speed, back and forth, nice and steady.
Nice.
A good steady,
nice steady hand shandy.
A nice steady hand job. So she was doing steady hand jobs. Got bored of her, kicked her out.
Of course, obviously.
So sent his wife back to wherever she's from. And then she got in a beef with Scott. Now, what happens with his wife is she sometimes puts things on Twitter and then deletes them quickly.
Yep.
I want to say thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who help support the channel. Also, I want to say thank you to my Twitch subscribers. Help the channel out by donating or go to patreon.com. Thank you.
Before we begin this segment, I do want to say, if you can, David Goggins, we're going to have to get into that one. Before we get into the segment, we're gonna go ahead and do the shilling. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Help me hit that 1,000 by June 1st. Every time you like, every time you comment, it leaves something for the YouTube algorithm. And oh boy, AI is trying to take over the motherfucking world. Oh shit, I just cussed in the first minute. Never mind. Anyway, hit that like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. But let's get into the video commentary. So we have okay. When I was growing up, right, I used to read these things in the paper, like show boomer stuff, right? They were called comics. I know. Not the kind that you get from like Marvel and DC where it's comic books. No, like there were things called newspapers, and during the Sunday they would have comics. I know. It wasn't even digital, it was analog, right? And well, here there are certain comics. I was introduced to the Boondocks in the comics. Garfield was great. Beekman's World was actually in the comics. Just a few other ones. And of course, the subject of today, our good author friend, fucking Scott Adams. Now, Scott Adams has come under fire for this recent video over the weekend, last weekend, at the time of the recording. And let's hear him talk, shall we?
You know, nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me.
Says who? Scott, I need some more context, man. I need some more context. Why would you say that, dog? Why would you say that? Where? Source? I've watched this video, of course. I know he gives a source, but let's go.
According to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, you know, based on the current way things are going,
the people of the black delegations doesn't want anything to do with you, Scott. But that's a different story. Let's go.
The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away.
So are we gonna have another white flight? Like, what is this? White flight number 15? Like, Scott, it's been happening. Compadre, homie, my friend, dog, this has been happening. I know you're old enough to remember it because you're old as dirt. Not to mention that you married somebody that was 31 years younger than you. Oh wait, was it 30 or was it 20? Anyway, because I remember watching the clip. Remember how Andrew Tate said that he stole Scott Adams' wife? Remember that? That is one thing that I can praise Andrew Tate for. One thing. But let's go.
Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon.
So we're going to get back to him, my black friend. And I don't know. So here, I live in Chicago, and there is a high rate of crime in Chicago. There's no joke about it. Not as high as in some other cities, but it's a high rate of crime compared to like milk toast ass suburbs where it's nothing but poverty and boring people. But let's hear what he has to say, because he's mentioning Don Lemon.
Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when
my black friend. Let's go.
When he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's.
Now, I'm sure, like the poll, he's taking Don Lemon out of context, because the poll the poll that he's taken completely out of context is the phrase "it's okay to be white," which was a response to, Black Pride, and we can get into the whole Black Pride bullshit conversation about there are some people who are proud to be who they are, and then there are people who are supremacists. Hello, Professor Flowers, NFD. But there are people who know what it means to say the phrase "it's okay to be white." When you hear that word, when you see those signs, those are people that are counter protesting Black Lives Matter. But, fucking Dilbert, author, egghead ass, he's a MAGA Republican. He's a Trumper. So, to those people, equality feels like oppression. And I know the buzzwords, but yeah, let's go.
There. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational.
I'm sorry. When has he helped black citizens? Where is the Scott Adams College Fund? Did I miss something? Where is, and here, this is more poignant, where is the Scott Adams Artist Grant? Where is it? I didn't hear of it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's pull it up. Let's see Scott Adams. Scott Adams Artist Grant. Doesn't look like artist grants. Doesn't look like any artist grants for Scott Adams. Okay, let's maybe this Black College Fund. Maybe that. Thurgood Marshall College Fund. No Scott Adams college funds. Huh. Strange. Hmm. Almost if you just talking shit, dog. But let's go.
Impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to Black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist.
You get called a racist for your fucking actions. Like, oh, I'm a racist, but I support Trump. I'm like, that's not how that works, dog. That's not how any of this works. You don't just get called a racist because we see somebody with a different type of melanin, so we just need to call them racist. Now, not every black person does that, and I want to clarify that because we're gonna have to go with those videos. Not every black person does that, Scott. And for you to actually think that, again, that Rasmussen, who deliberately used a white supremacist talking point, was just sharing facts, using a racist talking point. Even though we know Rasmussen, remember Rasmussen, 2020 had Trump winning, certainly. That's what Rasmussen had. But, it's not biased because reasons. But we're going to finish this, and we're going to kind of go to another point I want to make about this. So let's go.
That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help Black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying. And there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you?
He's right. I didn't expect it today. But we saw this shit coming. Again, we saw this shit coming. Dude, you're not new. Your whole idea about this is not fucking special. You're a fucking MAGA Republican. And you think you're persecuted because I can't say what I want to say. Check this out. Check this out, homie. I can't sit up here and draw. Well, I guess I can draw titties on YouTube. I can't sit up here and draw graphic descriptions of a woman having sex on my page on YouTube. That's not censoring. That's just, hey, this is their platform and I can't do it on their platform. Now, if I was to get an art commission, contact me on Twitter, of somebody getting rammed with like a fucking 16-inch dildo, and then yeah, of course. But I wouldn't put that on motherfucking YouTube because they have terms and conditions. They have an audience that they're trying to, go to. And they're trying to make sure they can make profit and make money. And that's what happens with a lot of people. And the backlash that he's gotten to this is just fucking crazy. And I know I'm off on a tangent. Because the backlash that he's gotten to this is fucking crazy because even other conservatives was like, dog, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that, dog. You shouldn't have said that. And he's like, what? Free speech. And then he grins about it. Like, dude, you ain't funny, dog. You ain't. But let's go.
But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can.
Now, what makes you think that, and this goes to a lot of different stereotypes, what makes you think that black people don't want to focus on education, you dumb fuck? What makes you think that? And what's hilarious to me is that, cool, if you think black folks don't want to focus on education, why don't you go out there and put out a I don't know, college for all, make it a you know, right, and I don't know, almost a requirement for people to get a college education in different fields. What's wrong with that? If you think that they're not focused on education, maybe you won't have to spend that much money on it. Oh wait, you know, student loan forgiveness and shit like that. But let's go.
That's my recommendation. And I'm also really sick of seeing video after video of black Americans beating up non-black citizens.
Wait, what? What does your Pornhub history look like, dog? What are you seeing that you're seeing daily, monthly, weekly? I know I did that out of order. Videos of black people beating up non-black people. What does your history look like? Now, I know I said at the beginning of this video, for the algorithm, like, share, and subscribe. For the algorithm, but like, dog, like, what? What are you looking up? Like, these are like some people that have so much. Oh my God, the black people. I'm scared of the black people. Oh God, let's watch Black on Pornhub. Like, dog, nobody is going around and saying like, you know what? Let's go beat up a white person. No, nobody is saying that, dog. That is not happening. But you know what is happening? You seeing videos of people being disrespected. Like the black chick that was being assaulted by the little white girl in college, and her fucking sorority stuck up for her. You see shit like that. Now, if the black girl wouldn't have been, well, if she would have been my daughter, she would have, like, I told you to stop. Hey, is the camera recording? You see that I'm asking her to stop. I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying that's what it would have happened. It would have been a situation. It definitely would have been a situation. But yeah, no, that doesn't happen, Scott. But let's continue.
You know, I realize it's anecdotal, and it doesn't give me a.
So you know it's fucked up. You know it's based on you. You know it's anecdotal. So the rest of that sentence shouldn't actually exist. You dumb fuck. But let's go.
A full picture of what's happening. But every damn day I look on social media and there's some black person beating the shit out of some white person.
How? Where is your social media? I wish I could pull up my Twitter, but I got porn I follow on my Twitter. But what social media are you watching? Are you actually just saving these on a file like I save my porn on my PlayStation 3? Like, why? When is this coming up? Are you looking at even the same clip all the time? Because you know, if that was the case, motherfucking Ben Shapiro will lead off with this shit every day. If that was the case, motherfucking Michael Knowles, fucking who else? Matt Walsh, they will lead off with that shit every day. Tucker Carlson, they will lead off with that shit every day. What are you watching, man? Talking about confusing porn with real life, but I mean, I'm sure there are some black people beating up a white person every day. But that's not the type of beating that's a good type of beating. All right, let's go.
I'm kind of over it. I'm over it. Right? So I quit.
All right, so here's the thing about this. And I know I want to actually tackle this from a different perspective. And we had this, and it was cathartic and fun to actually make fun of this stupid fuck. I admit it. I am not above admitting that I like fucking talking about dumb fucks. But what gets me is certain other people. To borrow a phrase from a channel that I watch, you should check it out, Gin and Truth. He's pretty fucking entertaining. I saw this, and I admit it was pretty hard to get away from the it was pretty hard to get rid of away from the ubiquity of the Scott Adams clip. So I saw it. I admit that I saw it before stream, guys. I admit that I pre-watched that. Although, obviously, it's fun to be able to go back and just talk about it. But I see people like this, which I'm about to bring up for you guys. And I need you guys to understand that, one, my man, the first few sentences out of his mouth, he seemed out of touch. And what is it about people who are out of touch that record in portrait mode? But, and it's not a short. It's not a short. That's the thing. It's not a short. If it was a short, cool. YouTube Shorts have to do that. But this shit right here, let's listen to this cat, and then you'll see why I actually brought this up. So let's go.
Good morning, YouTubers. Okay, the cartoon columnist and artist Scott Adams, okay, has been under a lot of fire for so-called racism remarks he said about black people. Okay,
so right there, so-called racism. I'm sorry, what? What the hell are you talking about? So-called racism? So-called racism. Scott Adams was unfairly maligned for so-called racism. I don't know. I don't know what so-called racism. I heard what he said, and it was pretty bigger than a racist. So yeah, I don't think it's so-called racism. But let's see what this trash panda, I'm sorry, this person has to say. Let's go.
okay, so that caused him caused him of several newspapers dropping his comic strips, okay, over what he said. I'm gonna tell you my opinion, okay? He's right.
Oh no, a black person listening and agreeing with a conservative over some bigoted shit. I wonder what his political leanings are. Let's see.
He's right what he said, okay? Number one, he's not a racist, okay? He's not talking about black people in general. He was talking about ghetto blacks.
He was literally talking about black people. You dumb fuck. He's like, let's get away from black people. He didn't say anything about ghetto. Even though that was what was implied, he didn't say anything about. No, he said get away from black people. Don't help out black people. It's bad to help out black people. This is the stupid shit. This is the fucking Candace Owenses. This is the Gothics. These are all these people that think themselves better. I didn't realize Uncle Ruckus had gone completely bald and had grew out his fucking facial hair. Well, let's go.
You saying how a lot of white people don't want to be around them? I'm going to tell you something from what I saw. Okay.
What did you
All right.
see?
Like what I saw personally, what I saw on a.
So why did you say what you saw? Again, no wonder you like fucking Scott Adams. All you motherfuckers use anecdotes, shit that you really ain't seen, but shit that's been fed to you. But let's go.
On the news, okay. So I do recall when I was driving a bus or trans, I see some low-class black people, or black men you call it, harassing white passengers, okay, All right, that's the sad part. But I told him, like I just told him.
So hear me out. Hear me out. Which one was it? Did you see it or didn't you see it? Is it something that you witnessed or is it a story you heard? And what's funny is this. All right, so allow me some rope to motherfucking see if I can stretch my neck out, if you get what I'm saying. If you are driving buses, chances are the people that are using your service don't have the economic ability to have a fucking car. So it's almost as if you're self-selecting for poor people because people that ride the bus have a car. And if you're in a poor area, no matter black, no matter white, no matter Hispanic, there is going to be some poverty. But go ahead, King. You know because you was Mr. Bus Driver. Let's go.
I just told him, I said, look, leave him alone, all right? But guess what? I'm calling Uncle Tom because of that. So, and also, I saw a black woman, call the Asian woman, the Asian slur, call her Chinese on that because she had things bumming to her, okay? I did talk to her about that too. I said, look, ma'am.
Look, I'm all for one of those people that maybe we shouldn't be using racial slurs to talk about other people that we don't like. I'm all for that shit. No jokes aside, I'm one of those people that, maybe we shouldn't use that C word because if you're doing with a racist undertones, then probably we shouldn't use it because you wouldn't want somebody to use the N word as a racial undertone to you. I'm one of those people. But this shit seems so fucking contrived. And unlike most lefties, I don't mind discounting people's life story because I know motherfucking bus drivers because hello, I've had to ride the bus some part of my life where they don't say shit. The only reason they say shit is because they're getting irritated. But let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
All right. Don't say that because my sister-in-law is Asian. Don't do that, okay? And also, haven't seen the news lately, okay? Also on social media as well. How the horde of black people be attacking workers at McDonald's, okay? A group of...
Wait, what? Dude, again, this sounds selective as hell. Now, of course. No one should be attacking workers. Not at their job. And that's the stupid fucking thing to actually say and actually do. No one should be attacking the workers because the workers who are doing their job to help support themselves, support their family. Hell, even to support a fucking habit. I mean, I know I have a habit of having a roof over my head, having food, you know what I'm saying? But even if it was to support a drug habit or an art habit or a YouTube habit, no one should be fucking assaulting a worker. And there's no excuse. I think some of the reasons why you see that shit, one, as somebody who works in customer service, for the last 20 years, God, what am I doing with my life? A lot of it is people feel shitty. They feel like they have a shitty position in their life and they want to actually look down on other people. Be it from their job, be it from a shitty position with relationship and shit like that. But that's not exclusive to black people, you dumb fuck. Okay, let's go.
A group of them, all right? Also, a group of black girls I saw on social media up in Philadelphia harassing some Chinese ladies, okay? Who was minding their own business riding a train. Okay, so, and also, low-class ghetto blacks were ambushing police officers, okay?
When I need a source, bro. I need a motherfucking source. Because you're just saying this, and it sounds like to me...
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
That's what it sounds like to me. When did that happen? Help me out. And it's just like, why are you running defense for this multi-millionaire who literally, the only thing that fucking people did was like, yo, we have a black audience and we don't want to support that shit. Support him to our black audience. Why are you running defense for a multi-millionaire? And then I bet a lot of these motherfuckers who's running defense for this motherfucker did not read the motherfucking study of the reason why that phrase was actually used and how fucked up that phrase is. No, they just see, can I sing and dance for him? Can I prove how much better am I than all these other disgusting ghetto people? But let's continue.
All right. So, you know what? He's right, though. Okay. All right. So, I know there's one other incident how a group of black girls was in New York, like they were at a fast food restaurant, like they wanted some extra taco sauce, but the guy told her that you gotta pay about another $1.25. Okay. You know what happened? A group of girls went on a rampage and attacked workers, tear up the stores. Okay, tear up the store, and what happened? The workers are too scared to come back. They literally put that place out of business.
Source, dog. Source. Can I have a source? Not to mention, again, is he saying that these group of black girls are inherently more dangerous or animalistic or more, I don't know, threatening than the millions of videos that we have of Karens? And I know that's a whataboutism, but for him to exclusively say all these black girls, they're dangerous. These black guys, they're dangerous. First, I need a source that what you're saying exists. I can show you Scott Adams being fucking racist, but you're too motherfucking sit back and couched in your sense of superiority to actually just address the fact that, dog, you sound stupid. You sound like you rambling, old man. That's what you sound like. But yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, sure, whatever. Because reasons. Because fucking reasons. That's why. But let's go.
You also saw the riots going on in 2020, how a horde of black people were destroying everything, killing people, attacking people. All right, so
wait, how many people died during the BLM marches? Come on, you can tell me how many people died. I'm not talking about the people that actually were, killed or assaulted by the police, because, we actually had a video where cops were arrested and prosecuted for saying they're going to go start hunting black people. How many people died? Who were the instigators of the violence? As a matter of fact, the BLM protests, how many of those were actually peaceful? Can you tell me this? Can you let me know? Of course, people like this can't. Because they're couched in their own sense of superiority. But let's go.
And I'm gonna tell you too that I see some like ghetto blacks attacking food vendors. Okay, like in my community, about a few years ago, a group of black teenagers attack a food vendor and rob him and beat him up. Okay, same thing happened up in Lancaster. A food vendor, and like he was refueling his work truck. Okay. Then what happened is the group of black.
I'm mad somebody in the back singing like, I know you're not talking bad about these people. Sorry. Let's go.
people jumped him, okay, and took his money. All right, so I understand why underage people don't want to be around.
So here, are you saying they committed these problems because, like, okay, I get it. Like the '80s primed a lot of people think that people just do crime for the love of evil. Like that's the stupidest motherfucking thing that I've actually heard. We're doing it for the love of evil. Like, no, you dumb fuck. Most people commit crimes because one, they think that that's the only way they can get out the situation, and two, they're fucking poor. But go ahead, King. You got your motherfucking you got your antidotes. And remember, as who was that Lauren Chan that says antidotes are the singularity of data. God damn it, work. Let's go.
Around us black folks because a few buttholes is ruining for everybody else. Okay, so before you attack Scott, okay, for what he said, okay, you gotta listen to what he has to say, all right? Because he's not racist at all, okay? There's some frustration going on with a bunch of low-class blacks who think they're entitled to start harassing people, beating people up. And then let me tell you.
So here, if I actually took, and I'm stealing this again from somebody, if I actually took all of the shit he says, if I took the transcript and you never heard his voice, you only read what his voice says, how many of you guys will think that this was a white supremacist? And that's the thing with a lot of these people who think they're better. They are their station is so far above other people, even in their communities. These low class, you heard them, these ghetto, like he's so much better than these people. How many times have you actually just said, "Yo, why are you doing this? Why are you addressing this? Why is this happening?" No, he believes his station in life is so much more superior that fuck. They're wrong, I'm not. That's what he believes. That's why he says Scott Adams, because that's why he believes that Scott Adams isn't racist. Because he has a understanding that, yeah, I'm better than these people. Why should I even worry about what they say? Or why should I worry about what's wrong with them? I'm better than them. And when you have that whole mentality that you're better than someone, that your station in life is so much better than what they are, you've already lost the motherfucking plot. Because if not for some things going on in your life, or as some believers may say, if not for the grace of God, you may have had their mentality too. But, you know, trash pandas are going to trash pandas. Anyway, I'm done with this cat. If you want to help support the channel, like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. People like this just disgust me because, quite frankly, it's all about, let's be honest, it's all about them and what they perceive. And the same with Scott Adams. Dude, a lot of these people don't realize how fortunate that they are of where they made it. And I'm not saying that people don't have, good luck. Of course people have good luck. And that's not I'm not saying that they don't work hard. Because, you have to work hard. I work hard all the time on my art, on my craft. And what that does is just like, it's literally about people who work hard also are lucky. And these people think they've made it themselves. Newsflash. If you grew up in any type of society, you haven't made it yourself. Your work may be unique to you. You may have done it, and it may be your work that you put into something. But you're no better than anybody else. Just got lucky. You may have worked harder, but that hard work sometimes don't pay off. Anyway, like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and all the other good stuff. We're going to cut this segment here.
If I gave myself the power